Hi there, it's Ginny again. Today it's a really dark, dismal day, so I'm hoping the lighting's alright. I've turned the light on overhead. So anyway, I'm talking about the weather. I've had recently a request by someone to show how I make the journal covers that I do that are made with an envelope. So I thought I'd do this as a process video to show you how I go about doing it. So I start with a just a postage envelope, which is 12.5 inches by 9 inches. In centimetres, that's 32 centimetres by 22 roughly. So what I start with is some tissue paper, just off a dress pattern, and you just glue that on. So I'll just do that now and show you. I'm sure you know how to glue tissue paper on, but I'll just do that. So now I've got to figure out which way I want this flap to be in the back, so you've got a little pocket in the back of the journal cover. So that would be the front there. So I'll lay it out this way so I know that I've got the front. And I generally like to put a bit of tissue that has an interesting bit of pattern to it. So like this one's got just a few different markings from the pattern. So make sure I put that there at the front. But yeah, it's just a matter of personal choice. You can put it any way you like, really. So I just got, again, this white glue that's mixed with a bit of water. And sorry if I'm going out of camera. So just really quickly paste that down. Stick the tissue paper over the top. And just go over it with the brush. I don't mind if it gets little wrinkles in it. I think that adds to it, to the texture and the look of it. If you didn't like that, if you wanted it to be really smooth, you could use a plastic card to even it out, press it down and even it out as you go. But you'd need to be careful because of it being tissue paper. It is quite delicate, especially when it's wet. So yeah, from experience I've torn a few pieces by doing it with the card and not actually even pressing very hard at it. So yeah, you just need to be gentle. So I'll glue all this on. And oops, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, it doesn't matter if you have overlapping bits. You know, I'm going to do this now, so it'll be overlapping. But I think it looks nice like that anyway. So I'm doing this for the look of the cover, but also it strengthens the envelope as a cover. And yeah, adds a bit of texture, bit of visual. I don't even know what I'm saying. It just looks nice. And of course with the glue, which is I looked this up the other day and I can't remember it now. It's a polyvinyl, I think it might be acetate, something like that, starting with A. And so of course that's sort of plastic, so it's going to give, you know, a light plastic coating to the cover as well, which makes it flexible and much more durable. It's not likely to tear as easily, or you know, if you sort of takes a little bit of rough handling, it's not going to be ruined as easily as if it weren't covered in this glue. So Try and stop this from sticking to my drop paper. So what I would do is dry this off with a heat gun, or I use a hairdryer because it's quicker, and then I turn it over and start doing the other side. But rather than waste your time watching me blow dry, I've actually got one I did earlier, which is like in the cooking shows, isn't it? Like the magic of television. So I've covered all of that, dried it off. What I did was I removed the sticky label that was on there, and just glued and pasted the tissue paper over the top. So that's not sticky there anymore. You've got a little flap you can use as a pocket. So yeah, and that would be the front. I think I've picked up a little bit of stuff off the drop paper, and it even says front on it. So the next stage of that is then I would start stamping and stenciling. But it's a bit of a process for me to get it set up to do that, because I have to get everything out, and some of it's sort of packed away that it's hard to get to. So I'm going to switch off now, and then I'll come back when I'm all set up. Okay, so I've got some paint and some stencils and some stamping stuff here. So I thought I might start with one of these. Is some pretty flowers and patterns stencil. That's actually my daughter's, so I'm using that. Thanks, Em. She said I could borrow her things that she's left here. Great. Oh, there it is. Trouble finding things. Might start with purple. So I'll just dab a little bit of paint on a sponge and hope this works. Oh yeah, not too bad. Except I don't have a lot of paint on there. I'm still fairly new at doing all this sort of thing, so this is a bit of trial and error for myself. And I tend to take a while to make a decision too on what I want to do, or change my mind occasionally. So I was a bit worried about doing videos because I take such a long time to do things. But as this was a requested process video, I suppose it won't matter to the person that wants to see it. Oh, look, that's nice. I might have missed a little bit there, but that's not too bad. Just rub that off. What else should I do? I've got some nice leaves here. Might do this on the back. Can you see that? It's a nice stencil. I got these blue stencils, Kaiser Craft, from a craft and sewing store here called Spotlight. And some of the other, some of the other stamps and stencils that I just got from our department store called Kmart, which I suppose would be similar to Walmart in America. I don't have a lot of them though, so a lot of my stuff has pretty much the same, whoops, I slipped then, pretty much the same stencil patterns over and over. Oh, too much now. But I don't mind. I mean, the stencils that I chose, I like them, so doesn't really matter, I guess. Oh, it's down here. Yep. Oh, I might have put it on a bit thick. But it's alright. It doesn't have to be perfect, because I will be stamping and putting other things over the top of it. So this is just basically to set down a background. Might do some of this one now. I always keep my things clean and packed in their original packets. I guess I'm a bit of a neat freak. Oops. Not always that way with everything though. Can be a bit of a mess. Well, I am a huge mess maker, but I do clean it up. One day I'll take the camera off the tripod and scan around the room and just show you the kind of messes that I make. Oh, it's a bit wobbly, but it's alright. Now I will be drawing a girl on the front here, so some of that's going to be covered up, but that doesn't matter. What else do I have? Not a lot. Got a tree. Might just quickly I'll just quickly get the hairdryer and blow that dry. Shouldn't take too long because the paint's only fairly thin. So excuse me clattering around. Alright, a bit of noise for a minute or two. Should do, just to stop it smudging too much. I was going to tell you something then, now it's gone out of my mind. This is a nice tree stencil, I really like this, but they're really flimsy, these stencils. And you have to be really careful with them that you know, that you don't bend the things back or break them. Put it on a bit of an angle. I don't like things to be straight. Not too much anyway. I like things to be a little bit wonky. Very much like that with the garden too. I don't like things grown in nice neat straight rows. I like my garden to be really wild and haphazard, and so that it makes your eye roam around a lot to see what you can see. just moved that out of place then. I probably should tape it down, shouldn't I? I think I might have that. I think I might have that all right. Oops, no. See, this is the problem with these really flimsy ones. This may not end up looking like a tree after all. It might just look like a blurred mess. I'm always really conscious of taking up too much time, and you know, no one's going to want to watch 5 hours of me doing something, so I get this kind of urgent anxiety that I have to hurry up. Hurry up! Oh, then that turned out good. See? Nice tree, I really like that one. That was good. Different colour now. What have I used so far? Blue, purple and pale green, dark green. And they're the only colours I got out. So I might mix up a bit of blue and white and get a paler blue. Whoops, bodge. I'm just using really cheap acrylic paints that hubby gets for me in the Asian shops. They used to be called $2 shops, but we don't have those kind of stores anymore. $1 or $2 stores. They're they're just shops that are run by Asians that they have fairly cheap, or very, very cheap items mixed in with some quite expensive ones. What do I want? Blue. So there, that's where he gets the paint for me. I think they're $2 a tube, $3 maybe. It's not bad, they last a fairly long time. Just mixing a bit of pale blue here, and it's getting soaked into the paper. Fabulous! Now where did I put that? That was hiding. Yeah, so the basic idea with this is to give it a nice background that's decorative and got lots in it, so that it, like I said, you know how I like my garden to be like that, I like my backgrounds to be like that, so that it makes your eye roam around the page a lot, finding things. I think that's it for my paint. Yep. So that'll do. No, there's a bit of smudging there, but not too bad. Okay, so next, unless I find another stencil I want, which I think that's it. I think that's all I have. Oh no, yeah, I actually have some flowers that I forgot about. I'll just be back in a minute after I find them. Okay, I found my stencil that I was looking for, and I've got a little bit of paint I'm mixing here now to just make some pale purple. I've recently moved things around a lot in this room, so now it's a guessing game as to where I've put things. So I have to switch off because it takes me quite a while to hunt through all the drawers. I'll do just a half a flower here. Just using my paintbrush now, because I filled up that sponge and made a big mess with it, and yeah, so I'm just letting that dry out. I think that might be a bit too much there. That didn't work because it was too wet. Try a smaller one on the inside here. try and just dab a bit off. I'll dab it off on there. That's a problem with stenciling. I still can't quite get the knack of doing it properly sometimes. Oh, my tablet, thank you. Is that Fred the ghost? Creepy door creaking sound. Oh dear, what am I doing? Hubby just came in and gave me my medication that I need to take at a particular time. If I didn't have him helping me, I swear I would forget to take any of it. Maybe using this brush wasn't such a red hot idea after all. Oh, that worked a little bit better. Alright, messy, messy mess. Let's put my brush in some water. I scratch this off on the paper. Actually, I should scratch all the rest of that off. Don't waste it. I've been working on this paper on and off. Sometimes I don't use it, and so I put it away. So I need the space to do something else, and then I forget about it. I should use it more often because it creates really nice under paper. Alright, what was I doing next? I better dry that off quickly. Sorry for the noise. Do. Yeah, I was going to put a lot more stenciling, and I thought, no, I need to have some open space for stamping, so I won't go overboard on that. Alright, so next what I'll do is use my archival ink, which I had to order online because we couldn't find it here where we live. I have some other inks. I have these really cute little inks that we got from Kmart, which I've used quite a lot, and they lasted ages. They're really good. Well, actually, no, they're my daughter's. Sorry, I've got some others that I bought myself. However, they're not archival, and they take forever to dry. So I think what I'll do for now is I'll stamp with the archival ink, and then I'm going to have to use the non-archival. Well, actually they might be archival because I have painted over, I've done stuff over them before. I think it's just that they take too long to dry, which is an issue. Sometimes I have to leave them overnight, and it doesn't matter even if I hit them with the heat gun or the hairdryer. Alright, so I'm just using this patterned one to do down the side here at the front, which I think looks nice. You see that there? It's pretty. Just stamp that off on here. And What shall I do next? I have another one of these clear stamps. Got some cute little things. I really like this one. I need to get the block out. No, stuff falling down behind the desk. Chaotic. That's too short. Yeah. Why? Here's one of my pet peeves. Why do you create a set of stamps and give that sized block when the stamps don't fit on them? I have to stick it on this long one. Maybe they figured everybody would have different sized, what are they called? These block things. Alright, so just do a couple of dress forms here and there, which look really nice. Do a bit off the page. And I'll do some on the inside as well. Since the inside cover is still nice to have decorated. Easy, easy. Now what else? You can see I've already used the different coloured inks and they stain, but I don't mind. It doesn't seem to affect, the next time you use a different colour with them, it doesn't affect them. Back again after it's switched off, got a lovely little butterfly stamp. That's the only butterfly stamp I think I have, yeah. So I use this a lot, and what I do to decorate that is I colour in with metallic markers. I colour in the butterfly so it looks nicer. Put one inside here, into the front. If you don't want to sit there and watch me do stamping for the next hour, you can skip ahead. There, and maybe one more down the bottom. Right, everything's tipping over here. Can't find things. This room's already looking like a tornado's been through it. Alright, now I want to do a rose. So a rose with this sort of reddish brown ink. Now these are the ones that take a long time to dry, so I might have to dry them off camera and then come back and continue doing the rest of it later. But it looks really nice. I like that. Oops, I like those roses. Gee, it's a miserable day today. Even hubby came home from the shops this morning and said it's freezing out there. And for him to say that is really something, because he gets about in shorts and a t-shirt all year round. He says he always feels hot, and doesn't really like having the heater on in winter because he gets overheated. And I'm the opposite, because I'm freezing cold all the time, and I need the heat. So for the most part we live at opposite ends of the house. And he keeps it nice and cool how he likes it, and I keep it warm in here for me and the puppies. Alright, I'll keep going quickly. I'll just do a few different coloured no, I don't want that colour. Do some owl. It's a cute little owl. Oh, that turned out good with the green. I think I've only done owls in that reddish brown or purple before. My daughter's asked me to make her one of these journals. Haven't you, Em? Em watches my videos, has a good old laugh at me. We do a lot of laughing in this family. We stir each other up and laugh at each other. But it's all in good fun. Yeah, so, but Em doesn't like so much the girlies that I draw on them, so I won't be doing that for her. But I think you did say you liked the stamping, didn't you, Em? You'll have to let me know. She's actually trying to encourage me to I was going to say, she's trying to encourage me to be a little bit more, or show a little bit more of my crazy personality that I have. But yeah, I tend to be a bit reserved when the camera goes on, and mostly my zaniness is only sort of things that I show to the family. Maybe one day I might warm up and start being a bit silly. Alright, I might leave that there, because I can always come back and add some more stamps or something afterwards. So I'm going to go off camera now and spend a lifetime drawing those stamps that I've done. And I'll be back.